Hey guys, this is IrieStarcraft and I'm back to cast another 2v2 match for you. This one will be on Khydarin Depths, and it will be between Power, the red Terran player, and his teammate will be haCkProTech, the blue Zerg player. These two are currently #1 ranked in the world on the 2v2 arranged team rankings, so that is not too shabby. Obviously, their opponents will be TQ or Get Slammed. The purple Terran, man, he's gonna get slammed. Or no, he gets other people slammed if they're not TQ. And his teammate will be tQMaXiMuS. So Maximus will not be getting slammed since he is TQ, and he will be throwing down a pylon on the low ground. So it looks like we are going to be in for a long-term game, as I need to take notes from these guys because my Protoss, I just get owned by early Zerglings so much. So we'll see. He's going to throw down his pylon down here on the low ground and get slammed. Looks like he was thinking about building his supply depot down here. He is waiting. Okay, never mind. He already has his supply depot. I am special, you guys. I am special. And he is now building his barracks on the low ground. Maximus will be building his gateway on the low ground. That is scouted by Power, and I wanted to mention quickly before this game gets too far underway that, well, Power and ProTech as Terran and Zerg are definitely their strong races, but TQ, actually I think TQ or Get Slammed was probably on random right now because I've mostly seen him play on Zerg and on Protoss. Actually, I've personally seen him mostly play Protoss, but I know he plays a lot of Zerg in like 1v1 and stuff, so he's probably on random right now. We'll see how his Terran is. I think he's pretty good at Terran too. I think he's a Grandmaster 1v1 player. I'm not sure about Maximus though. I should have probably looked up some of his stats, but if it says TQ in front of his name, you know, he's got to be pretty good. So we'll leave it at that. And a bunker going down here. Interesting placement on this bunker. It will be exposed to a Baneling bust or anything like that. So it doesn't look like ProTech going to be going that route just right away. It looks okay. This must be walled off because ProTech. Okay, yeah, he's gonna have to fall back because there is a Marine here, and he did lose one Zergling there, but not too significant. And so ProTech's going to continue to drone up, seeing that they are walling in there. And meanwhile, Power, he's building all his buildings way back over here. This is interesting. And he's going for double racks with Marauders. He's researching Marauders slow. So this is a pretty standard play, I guess, for them or for anyone against a Protoss Terran opponent. You want to get out those Marauders so that you can deal with the stalkers from the 4-gate that it usually would be coming, but we'll see. There's one other gateway on the way, and this seems like a pretty late warp gate technology to me, but yeah, perhaps that was because he decided to go for a second early gateway and now is throwing down a third gateway. So it looks like he's probably going to be getting some more sentries out. This Marauder for Power is able to just shoot away at this gateway, and if they don't do something about it, this gateway could die, and then this path would be wide open aside from this sentry here, which looks like is going to have plenty of energy. But still, you really don't want to lose this gateway that early in the game. It's really going to put the bottom team on the back foot, and is TQ going to unload and try and do something about this? No, it looks like tQMaXiMuS is going to just let this go down. And here goes the Zergling's going to run up there, and there goes the force field as to be expected. And looks like now they're going to try and break this bunker. Doesn't look like the best idea, as TQ or Get Slammed is in perfect position here to continuously repair this. With SCBs in the back, he now has a tank coming down, and Power and ProTech are going to fall back. So nicely done there by Get Slammed, keeping that bunker alive. I feel like Power and ProTech getting a little overconfident attacking that bunker, and what they could have maybe done is, you see one more sentry going down. What they could have maybe done is ProTech excuse me there, ProTech could have continued to sort of feign streaming his lings up here and force all the energy to get used up on these sentries, and then you know, Power could have sat his units right here and sort of plucked away at the sentries best he could, but instead he's just going to continue to be aggressive here. I don't want to miss anything crazy going on in the bases, so while that is going on, I'll keep an eye on the minimap to make sure I don't miss any major engagement. It looks like the units are falling back, but Power is going to be throwing down that command center. He does have 3 barracks now. Stimpack just finishing here, and I hear some pecking because that means they are taking out this high yield, the rocks blocking this high yield expansion. ProTech is already expanded down here. So the top team doing the best they can to take advantage of the turtling going on by the bottom team, but look at all the sentries from Maximus. Finally now warping in a couple of stalkers here. Going to be zapping down these rocks down here, and there are 4 gateways now in the main with warp gate finished. And as you guys know, if you've read the patch notes, I'm sure most of all of you have read the patch notes, the warp gate research time is going to be increased, or is now increased, I guess, in the new patch. This is obviously before this brand new patch. Not that long ago though, only like a week old I think this replay was, so both teams are going to be content to macro up now, and you can see TQ, I can't just call him TQ now because his partner is TQ, so GETSLAMT, he is going for the Infernal Pre-Igniter, and yet, okay, there are 2 Hellions out here, so it looks like GETSLAMT wants to go for a heavy mech, and he's going to be getting that Pre-Igniter, and he has a bunch of factories now. He's got more tanks on the way, getting a reactor out of this one, so interesting. I guess he's going to go for mostly tanks and Hellions. And we'll see if he gets an armory down, maybe, and tries to get in some Thors. But for now, definitely playing a defensive mode, and GETSLAMT, no command center in sight. Or, you know, he's not going to be trying to expand, I guess, anytime soon. So we'll see how that affects him, as he's really going to be behind in the economy, unless he tries to get an expansion like over here, or tries to get sneaky and steal one over here. But ProTech with some good Overlord placement is going to be... they will know about any type of expansions that are going to go down in sneaky places, but it looks like... excuse me there, the Team TQ is going to be pressing out, and they want to try and make something happen. And that's what GETSLAMT has been doing. He's been pumping all his resources into these tanks, and he's going to start shelling away at these bases. That tank actually blowing up. Oh, there goes those Zerglings in about 2 seconds, and now they're thinking, oh, maybe we should go after this base. And TQ, GETSLAMT just roasting drones up. ProTech, nothing he can do with these drones. And all those drones dying. So much damage being dealt by those Hellions really quickly there. And wow, all of a sudden the top team is in serious trouble. What are they going to be able to do? Power is desperately throwing down a whole bunch of buildings over here. And ProTech coming in with some Mutalisks, so he does have that Mutalisk tech, and he's trying to take out some of these tanks, but he's not going to be able to without any ground support. And GETSLAMT even throwing down missile turrets down here to really set up this contained. Hellion's going to try and run in here and do as much damage as they possibly can. Killing some Marines, going to try and get into the drone line. Power though, he's left the supply depot down. That one getting raised up, it looks like just in time, but nonetheless, GETSLAMT is going to be running in the back, trying to roast up as many SCVs as he can before they die, but Power looks like he's going to clean that up, and now is loading units into the medevac. Is he going to try and drop in the back door of is he going to try and drop in the back door of Maximus' base? I think that is what's going to happen, so hopefully I do not forget. Okay, I won't forget about those 2 medevacs flying over there right now, and GETSLAMT now has a barracks up here even to try and get some vision. ProTech running in here, just trying to keep them at bay as best he can. ProTech's base right now is so vulnerable, and if they tried to press the issue, I feel like the top team would lose. But they're trying to really just set up to contain. These Mutalisks have got to fall back, and now here comes Power dropping units into Maximus's base. He does see this now. Stim is going off, and he doesn't have anything in position to deal with this. Is he going to be trying to warp in some units? Can he even warp in units? He can if he wants to, but there's too many Marines here. These probes are going to be trying to run away, so that drop is going to do a ton of damage going around the backside, and ProTech somehow got some Zerglings out here. I guess he made them at this hatchery. ProTech's base, though, now is totally screwed, as Maximus has this massive army of sentries and stalkers taking out ProTech's main. Meanwhile, though, it looks like Maximus and GETSLAMT were able to clean up that drop, but not before the Nexus falls. So somehow top team is still alive in this game. GETSLAMT has a beautiful defense. Power can't even get down his ramp, with these units. So the only way he's going to be able to do anything right now is by drop play right now. And it looks like he's going to pick up all these SCVs. I wonder where he's going to go with this command center. Will he try and fly it over somewhere else, like in that corner? But GETSLAMT, though, he is going to lift off this barracks and start doing some scouting, running some Hellions up in here. But spoiler alert, Hellion's not going to do much against these Marauders. But look at the placement of these tanks on the bottom by GETSLAMT. He was trying to set these up so that he could get the vision with the Hellions, and now some nice force fields, though, from Maximus are really going to be putting Power's Marauders in a bad spot. They're stuck way back here, and ProTech, meanwhile, trying to come in and do as much damage as he possibly can, and it looks like top team is going to be able to push back this attack somehow. I feel like GETSLAMT got a little overconfident with that attack and trying to set up those tanks down there on the low ground. He set up the tanks too close to the cliff, so the Marauders were able to snipe them down quickly. And now ProTech and Power have broken the contain. And ProTech does still have this base going, so he's not out of this game by any means. And he does have a bunch of Mutalisks here that he can harass with. So expect to see ProTech just do a lot of harassment with these Mutalisks while he tries to re-macro up some drones. And Power, you can see he landed that expansion over here and dropped down 5 mules at the high yield, so his income is going to be absolutely out of control right now compared to everybody else just from those mules. And now here comes a bunch of SCVs moving over in that direction, and I wonder if he will try and land a command center over there. I guess because he was building this command center earlier, and I guess he canceled that. These, ProTech losing all of the Mutalisks right there from a nice blink by Maximus. And Power is trying to push in here. It doesn't look like he has enough to break this, though. He's doing a ton of damage with the stimmed up Marauders and Marines. And Maximus is falling back. I feel like he could have destroyed this army if he wanted to. But man, this Medevac's doing so much, healing tons of damage, I should say. And another stim going off. Look at all the buildings getting taken out by this little ball of Marines and Marauders. Now he's going to be blinking on top of these units. Is Maximus, and he is going to force that back. I feel like he could have done that sooner, though. Man, Maximus, I think he could have forced that attack back sooner instead of just letting Power go to town on some of these buildings. But it looks like these units are all going to get cleaned up anyway. And Power, though, will be reinforcing this attack. He's going to stim up, and it looks like now Maximus is the one who is overextending himself. And Marauder Slow will allow him to pick off. No, did he get that? Yeah, he did hit that Stalker. These Zealots, though, they could die. And though GETSLAMT, though, has finally got his own expansion down. Got these tanks spread out pretty nicely. He does have one Thor down here. And do we see any upgrades? We do see +1 weapons for vehicles coming out now for GETSLAMT. And this is going to be a planetary fortress, if I didn't mention that already. As now Power is, it looks like, okay. I think ProTech was trying to rebuild this base, and it looks like a couple of Hellions snuck in there to be annoying, and so Power did just clean that up. I apologize for any Flemingness and or sniveliness, as I don't know, man. There's something about when I just talk for too long at one time, it just gets I start to get all phlegmy and stuffy and all that stuff. So I'm doing my best here. And Maximus is going to be trying to grab this base here. He still has this base intact, but it's going to be mined out very soon. And so this base, much more difficult to defend, obviously, and he's going to be trying to secure that. He's got his army clumped up right now with GETSLAMT, and this is usually the ideal time for Power to do some sneaky dropship stuff. But it looks like he is stimming these units up. I wonder, oh, he's trying to catch some of these Hellions. That apparently some Hellions from GETSLAMT scouted this base out, and Maximus even throwing down a proxy pile in there, so somehow I missed that. So sorry about that, you guys, but it looks like the bottom team did finally catch this base up here. But not before. Look at how many minerals are gone. Not before Power was able to really mine a ton of minerals out of there. And are we going to see two armies are going right by each other? The watchtowers are controlled by ProTech. So they do know about this. Power is not even going to care that this army is pressing forward, and he is going to go right after Maximus's base down here at the bottom. He's going to go right after the Nexus. This Nexus is not going to live, not even close, and he is actually going to run up inside of GETSLAMT's base, and a couple of shots right there is going to quickly take out those reinforcing units, and it looks like he's going to run over to this cliff area and force those SCVs off the line, and now start to take out their production facilities. And it looks like the bottom team decided to pull all the way back instead of press that attack, and now sitting here waiting. Maximus is just waiting for TQ to get in a position to help him, and all this time Power is just annihilating GETSLAMT's main. Oh man, and now it looks like Power is going to lose this army, but dude, so much damage has been done, and now Shooting is scooting backwards to try and kill as many units as he possibly can before this ball of Marines and Marauders dies. But wow, nicely done there, because I feel like if Power had tried to use that army to try and deflect that attack, they may have ended up losing. It looks like I missed another engagement here. I think Maximus was sent some units in here to to take out this mineral line, and oh, it looks like there was Dark Templars, and oh, Dark Templars killing a whole bunch of drones there from ProTech. So DTs are all over the place now, and that must have been what was going on there, as Power had to send this army over here to deal with some DTs. So we'll see if he decides to do that again. Does he have enough energy for a scan? He does not, so that is why he is not running over there. Here comes the DTs. They're going to get too close to the missile turret, and a bunch of DTs are going to die there. Make about half of them, and now Maximus is going to morph into an Archon, realizing that the element of surprise with the DTs is no longer, but there are a couple of DTs, I think, inside this army, so that could be effective if the top team does not realize that. And will Power give a scan as he pulls back? No, he's just going to pull back to the comfort of this missile turret, taking out a couple more of these DTs. And I feel like if Power presses it, he can break this. He's pressing right up into this army. Zealots are reinforcing here from Maximus, trying to keep this bio army at bay. This is so close right now, but it looks like Power is going to take out all the siege tanks. These SCVs running for their lives, but still, these units are fighting Zealots and kiting all over the place. And man, this game is so crazy back and forth right now. I've been forgetting to switch to APM, which is probably something I should have been doing, but Power now going for 3-3 on the bio upgrades, is going to try and do as much damage as he can with these remaining Marauders here from that engagement. And could he actually take out this Nexus? He is running them towards these Dark Templars though right now, and the Nexus goes down. That's huge right now. That is really going to put the hurt on Maximus's economy. So, and he actually saved a bunch of those, so a nice play there for Power. And this probe from Maximus has been chilling here this entire time. And it looks like finally Power wants to clean up that probe. And I don't want to miss anything else that's going on. I'm following Power's bio balls all over the map. Somehow that just sounded wrong, but hey. Whatever, as ProTech is actually rebuilding a Roach Warren now. GETSLAMT, though, has been really mining this base for a while. It looks like Power finally realizing that is going on and is going to come in here and see this. He's not going to be able to do really much drop harassment, though. Looks like he's going to drop units way back here in this corner to at least force the SCVs off the line. So good reaction time from GETSLAMT, but he won't be able to take out this fortress at all. He's just going to be able to stop the mining there. And GETSLAMT does have this base. There's pings going off here all over the place. Now Power is pinging everywhere, so I'm about to have a ping seizure, as I feel like now the top team definitely with the upper hand, as they do have they seem to have an economic advantage. I guess they don't really, but Power now doing work with these Marauders and Marines. I wonder if he realizes there are some Dark Templars in this army. There goes the scan. And there goes the Dark Templars. And Maximus, having just rebuilt this Nexus, is now going to lose it again. And he is warping in more DTs. Really a desperation play. I think Power has been saving up energy to deal with these DTs. We'll see if he realizes that that is going on right now, as his army is getting chopped to bits by these DTs. I guess he doesn't have enough energy left, because now he's going to retreat. At the same time, these Marauders just chilling down here. GETSLAMT has brought a tank down here to force these units away. And so, but still, Power will just be able to be annoying with these units and be able to drop in the main and whatnot if he so chooses. It looks like ProTech is finally now getting back into this game. And he's getting double upgrades, going for those roaches, getting that roach speed right now. And so he's going to start to beef up with some roaches to complement this bio army of Power. He's just been keeping them in the game. And oh, here comes the DTs forcing ProTech's drones off the line, trying to take out this hatchery. Gonna need a scan to take these out, though. And it looks like instead of using that scan, he's just going to feign the scan. Or does he even have energy? I guess he doesn't have the energy. I hear liftoff going on. There is liftoff. And is that this drop way back here? There's still 4 Marauders down here just chilling. And at some point they're going to make an attack, but GETSLAMT has a couple of tanks seized up. He's ready for that. And here is the massive drop that is going on. And they're going to see that though. Maximus and GETSLAMT are going to see this death drop coming, and what are they going to do about it? Are they going to try and counterattack? It looks like they are going to counterattack. These Hellions from GETSLAMT could do a ton of damage if they actually were attacking right now, which they're not, so they're all going to die. And at the same time, power dropping in here. A stim right now could just annihilate Maximus' entire base, but it looks like power is preoccupied trying to defend for the moment. There goes the stim, and now going to be moving down in here, and it looks like this could be all she wrote, as power trying to... He is all over the place, and look at ProTech, the APM for the top team, just absolutely absurd right now. Trying to defend from all over. It looks like they have shared control, so ProTech is basically controlling one army, and Power is controlling the other, and I'm sure that this has probably been going on for a while. So a lot of the times where I've been saying Power is doing this, Power is doing that, probably ProTech has been controlling some of that, and I didn't realize it. But look at that, Power sweeping through the main of Maximus, and still these units, oh, I guess those Marauders did get cleaned up, but still those medevacs are chilling there. And Maximus is being revealed. These tanks getting caught out of position, out of siege mode, and Marauders just own tanks when they're not preset in position. So GETSLAMT in desperation mode at this point, setting up some tanks to keep his man alive. He does have this high yield, so he's not completely out of it. And Maximus looks like he's going to try to rebuild up here. He doesn't have enough minerals for a Nexus, though, however. And a bunch of photon cannons placed in the back here for Maximus to try and protect against drop play. I don't know if that's really worth it, as it's pretty difficult to get dropships back here, as you have to go behind 2 main bases, or depending on which side you come from. And Viking finally going to be... This medevac is healing this Overlord. You don't see that too often. Medevac's healing Overlords. And so what is the desperation move from the bottom team going to be? Because they're basically done right now. I'm jumping all over the map. ProTech actually getting pathogen glands at this point. And now here comes the death march. And GETSLAMT needs to repair this planetary fortress, but a little bit too late on that one. I don't think it would have mattered, as the SCV is all trying to run away. They're all going to die for the most part. A couple of them did survive. And so that base falls, and now the bottom team down to just this mining base for GETSLAMT. And we are pretty much just, the end is inevitable here, obviously. So we are just going to watch it play out, as the top team just needs to make another death push, I think, at this location. If GETSLAMT's going to have some better timing on his SCVs. Oh, look at this. He's pulling away these units at the perfectly wrong time, as now Power is stimming up and just mowing his way in here. GETSLAMT, I'm not sure where he was going with those. I think he maybe was going to put some up here on the high ground or something, but it's not going to matter, as now GETSLAMT is leaving the game, and that is going to do it. So that was a pretty exciting game right there. Thank you, Power, for sending me this game, and a pleasure to cast as always, as Power's games are always exceptionally exciting that he sends me, and well played by the top team, well played by both teams, as there was some crazy action back and forth in this game. I mean, I thought that the top team, I thought Power and ProTech were just totally screwed, man. When, if you guys remember towards the beginning, that was a great push that GETSLAMT and Maximus had. They had the contain set up down here, but Power was able to sneak out a couple of dropships and come in the back here and just really, really do some work. So nicely played there, well done, and a pleasure to cast, very exciting. So that is going to do it for me, you guys. This is IrieStarcraft, and peace out.